Whoops.
I think you mean good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Well, good afternoon for us. Good morning to all of those in the Midwest, because I think it's what, like still 11 or noon or something.
It's something like that. I only have my name on here. It's fine. Well, hi, welcome to I guess crying is a free action. Today I'm just here with Al and me. Justin is
No,
getting his.
I don't have a name. Don't worry about me.
As we gotta hide our names because of
I'm
ICE problems.
redacted,
That's right. um.
just like the Epstein files.
Well, we're gonna start redacting those. We will talk about the probably never. Because nothing's gonna change from that. But we'll see. There's some funny news in the Epstein files today. But before we get to that, we are easyvotend.com. Come join us on our Bluesky. Justin manages this one, and John Leguizamo has always been based. That's right, you heard it here first. I remember him as the Pest, and also as Luigi.
Oh yeah, he did do that. Holy shit, bro. Fucking old.
So yep, just a little quick thing, a heads up. This week has been Holocaust Remembrance. I guess Holocaust Remembrance Day was like the 27th of January. So we use it to remember all the things and awful 6 million Jews and more have died underneath Nazi oppression. That's being celebrated. Well, celebrated is not the right word. We're being remembrance as we try to in our country and across the world, we say never again, never forget. But unfortunately, we're starting to see some more of that rise in fascism here in America. And we're going to start off with this Reddit clip. That's right, we love Reddit, folks. This is a pretty short one. This is an ICE agent telling an unarmed observer, if you raise your voice, I'll erase your voice. That's right. I don't think you can hear the clip on your side, Al, but
That's all right. I've seen it.
I will tell you this, brother.
What?
I will tell you this. You raise your voice, I raise your voice.
If I raise my voice, you'll erase my...
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
Are you serious? You
Yeah.
said if I raise my voice, you'll erase my voice?
Man, this piece of shit. Yeah, so I mean, as we all kind of know, that's been going on in like Minneapolis this past, I guess, few months. Has it been like a few months?
It's been a while, bro. It's definitely been some time.
Yeah. So there's the level of this is notes from Justin. If you ever had if he said this while he was in law enforcement
Bro,
to
if I had said any of that shit to anybody while I was active duty, I would have been fucking probably minimum fucking NJP.
what's that mean?
Non-judicial punishment for military people.
Oh, okay.
We like to call it ninja punch. It comes with like a few months of restriction and a few months of pay cuts. It's great.
Well, that's well, these guys only had 45 days of treatment or of training, so
Well, I mean, you could call it treatment. They're pretty fucking stupid. They're getting treated.
a brainwashing. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's get some real news here. Nope, not paying USA Today. So in this case here, we actually have a looks like this is an article about being arrested without cause by ICE. Let me see if I make it a little bigger for y'all here on the screen. Hang on. All right, to pull back the curtain, I have seen none of this. So okay, this is a guy who's person living in Minneapolis, right? What's going on? Let's see if we got a video here. What's this video? Sorry, y'all. It's like 31 degrees here in Florida. This is never supposed to happen. I've only experienced winter 5 times in my life, and this is number 6.
You said 9 times in our chat. You're a fucking liar.
I just make up numbers, dude. I just make up numbers. I said 9 months in my life, in my entire life. But as you're seeing that there's a lot of like additional violence against protesters and stuff going on in Minneapolis and across the country. Like we've had protests here in Orlando a few bits. But
Yeah, I mean that tracks. You're gonna see protests in areas that are more, I guess, blue leaning, whatever you want to call it, not fucking, you're not gonna see any real protests in anywhere that's rural or close to rural. We had protests here where I live, and Durham's probably one of the more liberal areas here in North Carolina.
all right, let's see what we got here. So I guess to summarize, so this guy here, I guess he's just doing like being an observer. This guy and his friend Brandon were doing this on January 11th. We heard immigration. This guy's a U.S. citizen and resident of Minneapolis for 14 years. That's fine. Holding up these little signs like this. So we did some monitoring and setting alarm. We've been hearing the whistles everywhere. You guys gotta stop obstructing us. That's why that lesbian B word is dead. Damn. So I start to burn. Okay, so this guy kind of shot him with some pepper spray. It looks like here. Let's put in a car alone. The 3 agents. Agent took photo of me and then showing it to others. Oh, that's pretty bad. They shackled their ankles when they get to the federal building. 4 times for phone. They got denied their rights. Trying to beg for water. It's a pretty bad time. With a cell, holding a cell filled with Latinos and East African descent. Everybody's screaming. Apparently, like this. Did you just hear about the 5-year-old being deported and being used as bait?
Yeah, the dude's got the same treatment as adults, as it really seems like. Is that they just fucking took him and his dad. They used him as bait and then fucking send him. I think he's done in Texas.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. But yeah, that's basically it. If you get protested and you don't get shot, you get arrested, shackled, you go to jail. 8 hours later, you get released, get treated poorly, and no charges done to you. So, yep. So that's what's gonna happen to you if you go to a protest. So that's why you gotta go. One of these days I'll go to a protest. Maybe in March we have I don't have a No Kings protest going on.
Maybe in March when it's hotter.
When it's a little more warmer. Like I'm sorry. Like I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying my best here. We try to fight as we could, and you know what? This is what I can do. And I get what to do. I have like philodendron. Like I know I'm so obsessed with the cold right now and my weather. Sorry for anybody in North Dakota hearing me whine about like 40-degree weather.
Bro, it's looking like 19 degrees here.
It's like, do you have snow? I got nothing. I got no snow. It's just my plants are dying. My poor papaya tree.
Oh no.
I know. I start plucking them and it's odd. It's pretty bad. My mom gave you a nice papaya. Hopefully it was good.
It was.
Thank you. All right, so sorry y'all. I know it's a bad show today. That's because Justin's not here. He is the rock. He is my rock.
Yeah, he's the rock that holds this show together. We're just a bunch of shitbags. We're just 2 shitbags who have no idea what they're doing. I mean, Tommy usually does research. I don't.
Yeah, I have not done much today, so we can find a few pants. Okay, so in this case, next article here. Yep. So Poland is the president of Poland said that things like Auschwitz would not have happened if the West has acted sooner. Yep, to help prevent the spread of Nazism. So, if a little history lesson, at least in the past 2 world wars, the U.S. has basically was in what's called like an isolationist policy, or you might notice as America first, right? So because it's not really affecting us, we're not going to get involved. So that's the thing that it's kind of a pattern and behavior that we've kind of had where we only worry about things once it hits our doorstep. These could be things like climate change, I don't know, like a pandemic, flu of some sort. We get the news and the information, but we just do nothing about it. Um, so in this case here, as part of the remembrance of the Holocaust, yep. So in this case, we're talking. This was made, I guess, to these 21 survivors who are probably at least like, I don't know, like 90, 100. But these are the camps and symbols of the issues that we have with some of these national socialist ideologies that we really should like pay more attention to. Um, like speaking of which, I actually have been reading. I think it was Viktor Frankl's "A Man's Search for Meaning." It's pretty short. If you did read it as a kid, they actually made like an adult version that explains like some other things on how you can I guess try to find the meaning through the kind of somewhat pointless suffering of it all too, so you can survive. It's a pretty good read. I do recommend it. Um, Al, do you have any comments about this? uh,
Why are you laughing, bro?
so-
I mean, not particularly. I agree with the sentiment that more could have been done. Where I think anybody who studies history has seen that all of the shit that has happened before is at least being somewhat repeated. We're not quite to that level. We're not actively invading. Sure, Venezuela was definitely like a sort of invasion, but not quite there since we took Maduro and then we left. Now the same government's still there, et cetera, et cetera. But back in the 1930s, when Germany decided to invade its neighbors, the British and the French thought that they could appease Hitler by just letting him, quote unquote, keep that territory. Of course, that didn't work. Now looking back on it, and so it definitely would have been more, I guess, it would have been better if they had actually done something about it versus waiting until it was essentially too late. Because by the time they did decide to take any sort of action, the Nazis were already too fucking, you know, they had too much momentum to really be stopped properly.
yeah, I do remember reading that. Was it Charles de Gaulle who surrendered? Just want to make sure this France.
No, I think
It
Charles de
was
Gaulle was. I think he was somewhere else at the time because he was not. I don't think he was actually in France at the time.
right. I mean, I remember
I'm not
that,
sure.
like over here in America, we kind
I'm
of,
probably wrong.
make fun of like the
Yeah.
French for surrendering when
Well,
they, but that's not really the case though.
That's because Americans are very fucking uneducated and very fucking, burlesque about shit that they perceive to, at face value. With in reality, the Germans basically went around everything that the French had prepared. So it's kind of hard to. They fought. They fought like hell, but it's hard to fucking defend yourself when you still have outdated equipment and you basically get flanked.
That's true. Let's see. This is actually quite an interesting statistic right here. I'm reading apparently. So I guess President Poland is saying that 15% of the perpetrators of the German concentration camps were only 15% was only held accountable. So that's a crazy number in my brain. It's a lot of
Yeah,
people just
because a
think,
lot of, I mean, a lot of them were allowed to essentially go other places. Basically, they were able to escape, and you have a lot of them that went to Argentina.
that's right. They brought their love of sausages to Argentina. So uh oh dude.
Is that why they like grilling so much?
That's right. If you didn't know, that's exactly right. Oh my god. I'm
They're
sorry,
German
y'all.
sausages.
Th- I'm just hungry. All right, next up. Jesus Christ. Erica Kirk under fire as husband's pal leaks audios of her giggling about the event of the century after his death. Oh my god. This lady.
I don't understand who's surprised by this. Besides the obvious fucking dumbasses in the room who, in the proverbial room, who believe that this person genuinely cared about her husband. I don't, anybody who's fucking seen her has noticed that she's basically fucking celebrating. It's been a whole ass fucking celebration since her husband died. She cried for all of like 15 fucking seconds. And then everything else has been just celebration after celebration. There's been a fucking video going around of her at supposedly after Charlie Kirk died at his funeral, which it's a fucking it's a video where they replaced Psy, the guy who does Gangnam Style, with Erica Kirk. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna that kind of fucking fits anyways.
It's pretty messed up. Yeah, so let's see. I guess if we want, do we want to give Candace Owens the greatest enemy of Erica Kirk?
Yeah, I think that's pretty fucking accurate.
All right, let's see this video, I guess.
Hi, everybody. I still love all these.
Oh god, it's 3 minutes long.
Zoom things. Wow. I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like, it's just insane. We had over 275,000 people that attended, and stadium overflow, Westgate, insane, you guys. And then you have, was it 100 million?
This is 2 weeks. 2 weeks after her husband died.
You guys that heard the gospel and all about Charlie and all about everything that you guys do and the hard work of Turning Point USA is insane. We had thousands that were registered to vote. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy. But I just wanted to say
Jesus Christ. Yeah. This is a lady who.
We don't have to watch that entire thing to understand.
No more.
Where the fuck? I shared that meme that I mentioned in the chat. You can fucking that'll probably be better to watch than her actual shit.
I mean, that was pretty bad. Let's take a look at this meme here. It's okay. Okay, it's an AI clip. Just want to make sure. AI clip.
Yeah, it's an AI clip. It replaces Psy with Erica Kirk.
Oh my god. Look, man, there's a lot of atrocities going on today, and especially the butchering of Erica Kirk is one of them. Oh, fuck you, bitch. Oh. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Back to serious mode. Oh. Okay.
Oh god, we go from that to this.
I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, so this is pretty bad. I also read about this one here. So, 30-year-old man, a disabled man, dies alone after his solo caregiver dad was detained by ICE. Oh, Jesus Christ. So in this case, this gentleman here, West Whale Terra Beach, has passed away from after his caregiver, his father, was taken by ICE. Let's see. There was, I guess, Justin. Yep. So this game has serious disabilities. Died on Friday of last week. Based on his disease, some respiratory complications. The father's job is, was trying to take care of it. There was a scheduled annual check. Okay, this is one of those things that really like pisses me off. So a lot of times, if you are an immigrant, if you are an immigrant, you have to go into the local ICE office and do some regular check-ins, right?
Yeah, mind you, this is what is actually considered quote unquote doing it the right way. This is what because this guy. I'm assuming this guy was here under some sort of asylum because he's from Jordan.
Yeah.
That's pretty common. But this is what the conservatives are always fucking bitching about. Oh, they're gonna come here the right way. Well, he did fucking do it the right way.
Back in '94, the man did it in '94 the right way. Um, and then I guess he was detained, taken to custody. It is it's the laziest shit. You're not trying. This is legal. Um, immigrants doing the right way. Clearly not that violent. If you're going into like an ICE facility to get checked in, you're probably not like a violent criminal that you've been arrested by now already.
Not probably. If you had been a violent criminal and you're here with not a resident or citizen status, you're more than likely going to get sent back to wherever you came from. I don't think that's ever been up for debate. Like if you're checking in and you're following the law like this gentleman was doing, there's a 99.999% you're not a criminal because that's that's not how this works. Anybody who does any sort of fucking if you're fucking convicted of any or if you're caught and convicted of any sort of like assault, fucking any sort of sexual crimes, any sort of grand larceny or shit like any shit like that, you're more than likely going to get fucking deported.
Yeah. So it looks like, yep. So this is back in October, late October. His father got deported in weeks. His health declined. We even have this GoFundMe page we can take a look at of, people are just talking about his major health decline. Doesn't have the the thing is, most people can't really afford to have like a living caregiver and a nurse. So it really just leaves up to the family for the most part. This is happens to
Yeah,
everybody.
that happens. This is pretty common.
Yeah.
Usually kids caring for their parents, but sometimes it's parents caring for their kids when they have disabilities like this.
Yeah, so this is yeah, so then basically in November, he was admitted into like the hospital, diagnosed with sepsis and pneumonia in both lungs. Ugh. So then he passed away, just about a week ago. Yep. Ugh. And that's all the fault of our government that it let this, young man die. So uh I'm really sad about this, man. It's really hitting me in the feels. That's why I keep trying to laugh it off on things. But that's why I'm going to move on to this. But this is remember, you have to remember as our government keeps trying to like knock us down, like this is the real costs. These are the real costs and problems of our nation right now that are never going to be broadcast or be hidden, and it's happening every day. Um, and even if you're a citizen, the government has really been fucking us over because this motherfucker here, uh, acting cybersecurity chief,
Oh my fucking god!
uploads sensitive docs to ChatGPT, public ChatGPT, by the way.
Hell
So
yeah! Let me go find these docs.
that's right. So Political asserts that this guy here, Madhu Gautam Ukala, yep, that's how we're gonna say his name today, uploaded several documents to ChatGPT, which triggered automatic security warnings that prevented theft or inadvertent uploading of sensitive government documents. Um, Now, using like AI and stuff to scan and review and all these kind of documents, it's not unusual, but for the most part, a lot of places have like a private version
They
that is
have
the
private versions of Chat GPT and shit. Like, but usually it's some sort of like knockoff in-house thing that they have that isn't connected to the internet. It's not fucking straight up Chat GPT that's connected to the fucking internet via some exception that this motherfucker was granted. Because the government is not permitted to. You can't even fucking insert USB sticks into government computers for the most part.
yeah, that's a whole issue. That I run into even if this is happening in like our private businesses. Like I work at a small company of 200 something people, and it's a whole hullabaloo on the if I put in a USB stick. So um probably for his own good, to be honest. For my own good. Yep. So in this
Yeah, like
case, good.
where I work, we have we use Microsoft Office bullshit, and we have our in like a fucking I guess toned down version of Copilot, which fucking hate it, but they're pushing us to use it. But it's not connected to the internet, so you can't do a lot of shit with it. It's for reasons like this, so people can't just publish internal fucking documents on the internet via uploading to ChatGPT, because that's gonna end up in a fucking data fucking storage somewhere.
I mean, I guess this is. I don't know if this really counts. This guy, he failed a polygraph test, a counterintelligence polygraph, but still is internal. Was it? It's fine. Counterintelligence. Not a very smart man. Not much intelligence in this one. It's okay. Neither is a lot of our government.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's in it. And I don't think anybody left at the highest levels of our government can really be called intelligent or competent.
Let's see. Oh man, okay, good. I'm glad that when Justin put together the notes, he sprinkled in horrible ICE shit with funny shit like this. I mean, it's not really funny. It's actually really offensive. In terms of how
That's why you
our
find it
powers-
funny.
That's why I find it funny. Yes. So in this case here, this woman here was shot 5 times on Border Patrol, has asked the judge to unseal body cam footage. So what we have here is this woman here, Marimar Martinez, was shot 5 times by ICE. And
Oh, is that the
survived.
lady from Chicago?
I think this might be the
Yeah,
lady
I'm pretty
from,
sure it is. Yep, it's the lady from Chicago.
Yep, lady from Chicago.
The one that they said was fucking trying to run people over and had a fucking gun on her and was shooting at them. Mind you, this is what they do. But obviously she was fucking acquitted of any charges.
Yeah. So they're trying to get the footage here and to watch for these things. Let's see. Great that they were able to have, when she was shot, there was actually like medical people, medical staff in the area to help care for them.
I'm surprised they were allowed to.
Oh, this was before. This was they had to. The good thing about ICE is that they learn from their mistakes. So that's why with like Renee Good
Renee Good
and yep,
and
was pretty.
Alex Pretty. Well, I mean, I don't think anything could have helped Alex Pretty, but he was definitely denied. Not denied, but they definitely did not make it a quick thing to get him any sort of medical attention.
Like I guess when I was thinking when I first saw this issue, that I didn't expect it to just keep ramping up like every week or two. We just have ICE shooting people. So, because this was back in what, like October.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, in October. Yep. So it is a big problem. So, and it's not going to stop.
If you ask me, it's just going to keep getting worse.
Actually, I did have like a local, Florida local news. I could pivot to. I didn't go find the article, but give me one moment, y'all. But the issue is that my favorite dude, let's see, what's his freaking face? Corey Mills. So he kind of came. So Corey Mills, he's a super piece of shit. Is the best way I can put it. He doesn't pay his bills. He still owes, I think, like a landlord like $60,000 or so for like for his penthouse in DC. He doesn't do shit for my he's also my house rep.
These days, everything can feel fake.
So he comes to your house and represents you?
He apparently represents me, yes.
Wow.
So here we go. So in this case, we had a town hall, Seminole County Town Hall protests. We were just right outside his thing, and Thing Ice was there too.
Corey Mills is currently under investigation by the U.S. House Ethics Committee for multiple allegations.
But tonight, he was under the microscope by his constituents at a town hall in Seminole County. That's where West Shoe's Gail Pascal Brown is now. Gail, in Oviedo, where protesters also greeted him there.
Absolutely. You know, Congressman Corey Mills received some loud boos tonight when he said that parents should decide on vaccinations and that vaccinations given for decades do more harm. Constituents were told to write down their questions and then submit them here. But we learned that it was his campaign staff who selected the questions for the congressman to answer.
Fuck this dude.
At its height, 250 protesters and constituents crowded outside the Oviedo Cultural Center for U.S. Representative Republican Corey Mills' town hall. The Seminole County Democratic Party hosted a peaceful protest outside. They said Mills must go.
Congressman Mills is unfit to serve in the office that he currently serves in. We are tired of hearing of scandal after scandal, including most recently a scandal that involves his ex-girlfriend, where he has a restraining order.
I'm an immigrant. I am a naturalized immigrant.
ICE operations were also a major concern.
I feel very badly for the people
This lady eats in my restaurant.
We're the best. For other countries where their lives are in danger.
What lady?
As light became night, more protesters appeared. Inside a crowd of some 200 people, Congressman Corey Mills faced a barrage of questions and concerns, from kids suffering without SNAP benefits to a Vietnam vet questioning his combat credentials. When Corey Mills said he supports the bombing of boats off Venezuela, he got booed. Then he said, "I didn't know that so many here supported narco-terrorism and drug cartels." Lots of hand gestures disapproved of his answers. This woman was escorted out of the town hall after calling Mills a fascist. But she first asked him,
"Why did you keep funding ICE? Why did you vote yes to fund ICE even after the killing of Renee Good?"
Single.
And I kept asking, and he said, nope, I don't want to answer that. And then afterwards he said, "ICE, baby."
She said she told Mills the detention centers are concentration camps. Did you call him a fascist?
I did. I called him a fascist.
Really
and I
like
said that
concentration
his
camps.
policies are not
That's
America
why I
first.
focus a bit
The
on
reason you're seeing pictures from inside Mills's town hall is because we were told before the event no video was allowed. But following it, Congressman Corey Mills did speak with reporters.
When we do these types of town halls, that's one of the best values for any member of Congress, because when you stay in D.C. for too long, you lose touch of actually what matters here.
Anyways, fuck this guy. Like I said, he's my house rep. So he beats his wife beats his girlfriends, and owes me money. This motherfucker owes me money. Well, he's not doing his damn job, so what's my taxes good for? So let's see. Okay, moving on to something else. Okay. So this happened I think it was like earlier last year, that we were talking about trying to selling of TikTok. So now TikTok has blocked Epstein and mentions of anti-Trump videos. So this is something we kind of expected, as we try to move and change, state-run regime media in a way. They're doing a lot of control on all these fronts. This also explains how come nobody watches our videos on YouTube. That's right. YouTube's the reason.
YouTube's censoring us.
It's censoring us. That's right.
Instead of 6 views, they only have 2.
That's right. That's what I've learned. We used to usually get a solid 6 viewers. Now today, I just checked, only 2 viewers. How crazy! And it, paid by Big Midas Touch. I'm calling you out, Mike. Give us some of your views.
Big Podcast hates us.
But this is actually a real thing. That there are some new censorship kind of things goes on ever since TikTok was sold over to, I think, the guys from Oracle. So
the guy who also happens to own fucking Paramount.
That's right. That's right. Because a lot of our media is actually owned by just like a families of billionaires.
Yeah.
We also had CBS, originally from 60 Minutes, now owned by, I think, was it Barry Weiss, which is
no. It's CBS is also owned by Paramount.
Oh, it's all Paramount. Yeah, that's right. It's all Paramount.
Yep, it's all Paramount.
So I was talking to some friends who occasionally send me videos on TikTok. And then yeah, I actually have not seen much in any of my usual political news.
Well, guess what? I've deleted TikTok the moment that I heard it was fucking getting brought back by the Trump administration, because I knew they would do good. They were gonna do some bullshit like this.
What's the new like short form based thing that you've been using?
I don't know, bro. I don't really use short form. Like I use Instagram for fucking bullshit memes, but that's about it.
That's fair. I still see like some regular stuff on Instagram, but like like if the Facebook reels are incredibly political for me, and same with I think YouTube.
I mean,
sometimes.
that's because Facebook and Instagram are both owned by fucking Meta and Zuckerberg, so they're gonna be politicized and they're gonna be used however the fuck Meta wants them to be used. That's why I only ever use the shit for fucking memes and other random bullshit.
That's right. Member in the chat mentions he only uses Instagram for big booty Latinos, and I support him.
As is your right.
But anyways, the main company, basically, I think it was Oracle, is blaming this to network outages and maybe some data centers. They have data loss because obviously, when you have a data center, you put all the liberal crap onto one server.
Onto one fucking server rack, and then the rest is your conservative shit.
That's right. That's how it works. That if you didn't know, that's how it works.
Yep.
Let's see. Next up here. Oh, Jesus Christ. 5-year-old deported to Honduras despite being a U.S. citizen is the latest in child victim crackdown. We know about this shit. We were talking about this earlier. Look, man, I'm not gonna support you later. Thank you. Never supporting this. So this this poor child here, Claudia Mendoza. Oh my God! No, that's a different child.
No, that's a different child. Claudia Mendoza is the reporter.
That's Mendoza. Thank you.
Genesis Esther Gutierrez Castellanos.
Damn. So she was from Austin, Texas. Let's see. They got deported as a little girl. Oh my God. Like, how come just the kid gets deported? I'm so confused on this one.
No, I'm pretty sure her mom got deported too.
Yeah, because you want to keep your families together, right? You don't want to keep separating them. Putting kids in cages and stuff like that, and definitely not setting a kid off on their own. Because I have also been hearing there's also news of, was ICE hanging out at like elementary schools and shit to try to corner.
Yeah, they've been going to school for reasons.
Let's see. So, other mentioned the note. 5-year-old and mother was deported to Honduras. ICE was acting on administrative order from 2019. So before the kid was born, they had this order for. Let's take a look here. Because Gutierrez was living in U.S. since 2018 after leaving Santa Cruz de Yohoa. That's fine. God. Okay, so she was supposed to be deported a year later, but remains the entire time, and the kid was born. Now the dummies would say that, hey, you disobeyed a law, so this is just following the law. But I do think that there's certain laws that are important and can be applied, and I don't think this is really one of them, in a way. So
Look,
if you
to be honest with you, I think that immigration plays a huge part in the economy, and I mean that's not even just the fucking economy, but more importantly in serving the needs of a country as it exists, because you have a declining birth rate all over the fucking place. All over the world you have countries with declining birth rates, and of course, the conservatives are going to tell you to have more kids. Well, when having more kids is prohibitively fucking expensive, what the fuck is your other solution? They don't want to make shit better for. They don't want to make shit better for people, but they still want people to have kids, but they also don't want any immigration.
Yeah, so
make it fucking make sense.
Like that's the thing. That's from a business and economy perspective. If you can't get the people to have the kids, don't give them rights to have kids, then just import. And that's what many countries are doing. Some countries like Japan are having a declining birth rate because of a similar situation.
Yeah, and then they're complaining about immigration, but they're complaining about immigration for different reasons. The average Japanese person, I'm pretty sure, doesn't give a fuck about who immigrates and where, as long as obviously the people follow the law and try to integrate with the culture, which I can understand that.
Yeah, so like in this particular case, like, did she break the law? Yeah, but there's certain laws that probably are more important to enforce than others. And this one seems like a still a productive working member of society at the end of the day. So, unlike other bigger things, because the one of the issues in this week is it kind of has really told me that laws don't matter, constitution doesn't matter, everything is dead and screwed because we have apparently like major giant political sex rings of underage children that are going on, and that the FBI knew about this for like, I don't know, like a decade.
A while. A long fucking time, and they're not gonna fucking do anything about it because these people have money.
That's right.
That's what it boils down to. It's laws for thee, but not for me.
Yeah, this poor woman and this poor child is gonna get deported just because they're trying to avoid going back to a country and facing a lot of abuse and stuff, and try to make themselves better for life for them. I think that's very important. I think the idea that this is the inequity and the inequality. Well, I guess inequality that is a big plague in our, I guess, entire Western society.
This isn't even like an inequality kind of. This is a case where these people that are coming here, specifically here for the U.S., these people are immigrating here because their situations in their countries are, if they're not fucking rich, their situations in their country are very shitty, precisely because of U.S. policies. Precisely because of U.S. fucking interventions, whether they be militarily or fucking economically. We have intervened all over Latin America for the past however fucking long. The United States is directly responsible for the immigration problem it has caused for itself.
That's right.
And instead of trying to make shit better, they just want to send these people back and do so inhumanely. Everybody wants to fucking cry about, oh, Obama did it, Biden did it. Well, they weren't fucking picking people up off the street and shooting people in the street. It's not the same fucking thing.
So when we do blame like America for the way like Latin America is right now, the easiest thing to look forward to is look at the history of like the Chiquita Banana Company, United Fruit Company. These are American businesses that are developed because the CIA and the government toppled the local government over there so that we can get
no. It wasn't so much that they toppled the government. It was that anytime there was a fucking, I'm sorry that I'm mansplaining this to you, but I'm from a country that was directly affected by this shit. I'm from Nicaragua.
Yep. Latin splaining.
We had a U.S. Marine occupation for I think like 25 some years in my country. The U.S. Marines were barracks and fucking just installed in my country because all these fruit companies kept, anytime they had any sort of problems or anytime the governments didn't seem like they wanted to cooperate with favorable conditions, they would call the Marines. That's why you get, I think it was Lieutenant General Smedley Butler who said that he was just a fucking thug for corporate interests.
Jesus.
And he was one of our most fucking venerated figures in the Marines. But they didn't teach me about any of that shit while I was going through basic training or while I was going through combat training or any of that. They taught you about all the heroic shit that Marines did, but not about what these people were about.
Yeah, because I remember it was it Smedley that there was going to be like another like secession or revolt or something going on.
Yep, they wanted to fucking use Smedley Butler for it.
Yeah, and then
he wasn't interested. He was actually directly against those interests because they was specifically for corporate reason, for profit essentially, if I remember correctly.
Let's take a look. Yep. So this man here, Smedley Butler, this one of the greatest. We could say probably one of the greatest Marines of all time. So he was an American Major General. Because the man has been dead since 1940. But yeah, it's good. Take a good read up on this one. I think I remember a little bit of this, but not enough on top of my head to come across as credible. Let's see what else. The thing is, like, when I read this news about the deportation of the 5-year-old and the family, I was actually thinking of a different 5-year-old, which is
you were thinking about the one that got sent to Texas, I think. Yep.
Yep. So Liam Ramos. Yep. So just got released from custody. I think recently. This was a little boy. You might remember the picture of the little boy with the hat. Let me see if I can find a picture of this thing. Oh man. Is the Globe valid news? Well, I mean, yeah, maybe. Or what about the Hindustan Times? It's fine. Look, I'd love to support journalism, but I just can't afford it.
As thousands of protesters in Minnesota continue to demand federal immigration agents withdraw from their state, a federal judge on Saturday ordered the release of a 5-year-old boy and his father who were detained during an immigration raid. Liam Conejo Ramos can be seen here in a now viral photo wearing a blue bunny hat outside his house as federal agents stood nearby. He was one of 4 students detained this month in a Minneapolis suburb, according to the Columbia Heights Public School District. 2 17-year-olds and a 10-year-old were also detained, a school district official had said. Ramos and his father, Adrian Conejo Arias, had entered the United States legally as asylum applicants from Ecuador, their lawyer had previously told Reuters. They had been sent to a family detention center in Dilley, Texas, the lawyer said. U.S. Congressman Joaquin Castro posted this photo of the pair at the Dilley center last week, saying he had visited them. Their lawyer and the Department of Homeland...
Well, good thing as well, they got released. So, that's great. But they should not have been, taken in the first place.
No, they shouldn't
have. Speaking of ICE, just sucking at everything. Jesus Christ. Okay, at least 20.
This isn't even them sucking at everything. This is them being fucking just outright criminal. Fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it's real bad. So at least 20 ICE and Border Patrol officials have been charged with sex crimes against children. Jesus Christ. This is why we should read the articles before I start talking about them. And we have the lists. Well, that's the list, I think. So this is from the Ohio Immigrant Alliance, has compiled this list of at least 30 ICE agents who have basically been charged with committed crimes. So today we're here to dox all these people. So now I'm going to go on Facebook and then Google each one of these for the next 2 hours. Probably not a good use of our time, but that'd be funny for one person. Let's take a look here. So this is OIA. Oh, it is Ohio Immigrant Alliance here. Yep. So we got that. Who was Keith Porter Jr.?
He was a black man who was shot in California by an ICE agent, an off-duty ICE agent.
All right.
And they didn't investigate or anything.
Yep. So in this case, this guy remains free. The guy murdered him. Apparently, he also beat his own sons and his girlfriend's children.
Pretty surprised.
Yep. A new filing. His ex-girlfriend seeks to keep his own daughter out of the home. Yeah, that seems like a reasonable thing to do. All right, so there's just a list of a lot of that. Okay, and we saw the list earlier. Great. All right. There was some new news. I don't know if I don't know if we want to talk about it. Because nothing's gonna get done. Oh yeah, the government is currently shut down, right? Partially shut down.
Oh yep, partial shutdown.
Yep.
You know, they're gonna fucking cave anyways. The Democrats always cave.
That's fair. Yep, so I saw that. I know that I have a few friends who worked for the government and they have to get all their stuff kind of like moved around. So that's a thing. Israel is violating the Gaza ceasefire violations. Nothing new on that. Anything else you want to talk about? Or anything that big things going on your end?
No, not especially. There was a fucking winter storm here where I'm at. And it's, you know,
that's fair.
That's about it. Nothing important.
Do you want to see pictures of Prince Andrew on his knees going over a little girl?
No.
No. Do you want to watch?
I guess why not?
Do you want to watch a video of Trump shitting his pants and then?
Hell yeah! And people fucking reacting to it.
Hang on. I gotta go find. Okay, I gotta go find this video real quick. You have to watch the new. Okay, 1 second. I just saw this earlier today.
If it's the same video I was watching, you can hear the like quiet shitting noises, quiet like fucking wet parts.
All right, we're gonna be very quiet for this one. I'm actually gonna turn the audio up just so we all can hear the beautiful sound.
Oh my God, bro.
One moment.
Biden term is going to be a thing of the past, and I'm so proud to be part of
And
this.
fellas, some great things happening, right?
Yeah.
Marty, there's great, really great things happening, I hear, and some pretty big announcements over a short period of time, right?
Yep. Moving drugs
second
over the
one.
counter, so you don't need a prescription.
Yeah, right.
Naloxone, which treats opioid, is one of those drugs. And we're being proactive with synthetic 7-OH, a new opioid that's showing up, and we're working with the DOJ on addressing that because chemists are coming up with new opioids faster than the government has been able to keep up. We're going proactive on these new chemicals.
That's great. No, I hear fantastic things. Thank you all very much. We really appreciate it a lot. Thank you, Oz. You're doing a fantastic job. Thank you all very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, please. Thank you.
Mr. President, can you respond to the new
See this lady? See that? She's wiping her nose.
Yep.
Right there. Yep.
poll that says people think ICE's tactics are too aggressive?
And he shoos everybody out to get a team's fucking diaper.
Thank you,
Hell yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Trump made a boom boom.
That's the power of being an old man. An 80-year-old man who has control of the government. So,
This is the same guy who, people were comparing to fucking Sleepy Joe. At least Sleepy Joe never fucking shot himself on TV.
that was loud, dude. Oh my god, that was crazy. Like the fact you can hear it on the mic. It's not like we have a microphone right.
Yeah, it's not like there's a microphone right up against him. You can hear it.
That's right. Well, anyways,
when you start seeing the conservatives saying that real men shit their pants in public, you're gonna know why.
I don't know what's more apt, but I think that right there has summarized how I feel about our country at the moment. So,
you want to shit your pants in public?
No. That the man takes a big shit in his pants and is ruining America. So nothing new about that. So, but don't smell this way. Let me think. Yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, there's also, like I said, there's also the Epstein files got released. So got some more news. Pusha T is in the Epstein files.
Done about it. If you really want to know about the shit that they were doing, I think at this point, at this point, if you haven't been fucking following it, then that's on you. But they released it. They released some shit. Then they fucking took some shit down. Then they put some shit back up. Then they redacted some shit, and they're just doing all kinds of fucked up shit with the files to cover up all the fucked up shit that was being done. Yeah, I've read some of it too. It's fucking ridiculous, but we both know that's not anything that's going to change the way these people perceive anything. By these people, I mean the people who support Trump and his government. Because, it's at this point, for the majority of them, there's nothing that's going to fucking change their minds. They're dead set on this man is the greatest fucking leader ever, and his government is doing great fucking things. Sure, there's fucking, you can argue and say that there's bots spreading that shit, and yes, there's definitely bots out there spreading this fucking propaganda, because that's what it is. But there's definitely a too large number of too many people buy into this shit. Too many real people buy into this shit.
But we don't, and that's why we have a podcast. That nobody watches except for the 7 people in the chat room. We love you all. Thank you for watching our podcast.
It's actually only 3 people, but
Thank you to the 3 people who watch our podcast. We appreciate your dedication and support. So this has been Crying is
yeah,
Reaction.
I'm sure we're being watched.
Thank you, Cash Patel, for watching our podcast.
Thanks, big brother.
Yep, thank you. Yeah, see you in Valhalla. This has been Easy Vote and these
if Tommy gets snatched up, you know why.
This clip right here. Thank you for watching. We'll try to be here every week. Next week probably Justin's gonna be back. I don't know if we're gonna stream any games today, but we have really nothing else to do. It's really cold.
Yeah, it is cold. It is that. I need to wash some dishes from breakfast, but that's about all I'm doing today. I don't know if I'm definitely not going into work tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm probably have to still. I gotta feed my dogs in a bit. But I guess we want to play some. Can we stream Battlefield? Maybe we could be able to stream Battlefield.
Yeah, we can stream some Battlefield.
Unfortunately, you'll be watching me play, which is I'm just gonna play as a support, or no, sorry, recon who just flies a little drone around. So that's all I do.
And you can watch me die repeatedly and get fucking angry.
That's right. That's how it works. Well, anyways, yep, Justin's gonna be back next week, hopefully. And hopefully everybody stay warm as ice descends upon our country, like both figuratively, literally, and also the weatherly. So, thank y'all, and have a good day.